Hey y'all, and welcome back to Growing with Ray. So first thing first, y'all, it's a beautiful sunny day. The sun keeps coming out every so often, but what I do want to go ahead and do is pull this cucumber plant, and I didn't show y'all in the last video. This bad boy right here is growing in a green stalk. And I want to get rid of this plant because my sweet potatoes are already starting to come over here. It does show that we have another cucumber. Now, another reason I want to go ahead and pull it is because my sweet potatoes are starting to produce tubers. And I love the sweet potato flower. They are in the family of okra. That's why they're so similar. I think they are absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to pull all of this vine up from the cucumber. And then all of that's the sweet potato. But this is all the cucumber that's left. And it's going to go in the compost bin. Now coming over here with the sweet potatoes, it's so ironic to see them flowering today. That was the first flower because I actually want to pick some of the leaves, y'all. So I'm just going to snap off some of the top leaves that don't have any bug damage. And I mean, honestly, certain things you can use your pruners for. Some things work better and quicker when you just use your hands. So that's what I'm going to do. You can saute these. They're real good in Asian and African dishes from what I've seen. From what I know of, this doesn't bother the plant. I just know I'm not going to get a huge amount because we're going to try it to see if we like it as a spinach substitute. So we're just going to get a few here and there. I see they put off this white substance. I wonder if it's like how some things like aloes put off that white substance that's like a latex almost. I don't know, but I guess I am going to go ahead and make sure to soak these because I don't know what that milky substance is. When I look it up though, I'll put it on the screen, or I may talk to y'all about it tomorrow. Again, I'm not getting many, just a few, just enough for one dish to see if we like it, because if we do, we'll harvest some more. If we don't, then I won't use it. I'll ask around to see if anybody wants any in the penal station groups. Other than that, I'm not going to worry about it. I do want to go ahead and harvest some green beans. They're already looking sad. I don't know why, but they are. Some of these are pretty small. Some of them are a decent size to go ahead and be harvested. You know, I can say that I've missed green beans. And I'm hoping to get a year's supply. Because they grow so quickly, I may try for a third succession of them. The first succession was just random things that I didn't per se start from seed. I got them from individuals. But my biggest thing is just getting back to only growing things that I know for a fact will eat. Another thing is, while I'm in here in the garden, I want to talk to you guys about not being overwhelmed with your garden. That was something that happened to me last year. Because of that, that's why my garden is so slow moving this year. Because I garden for fun, I garden for the education of it, I garden for healthier food options. I don't garden to stress myself out. I don't garden to sit here and be stressed about it. Yeah, like if I'm a garden, I want to garden for fun. If I'm a garden, I want to garden for food. Not to be stressed out, you know. On my channel, I think my biggest goal is going to show you guys how to garden without the stresses that a lot of other people may put on their garden. One thing the garden will teach you is patience, perseverance, and some real good nurturing skills too. If I had it my way, I mean, I already got it as easy as possible for right now in regards to watering it, since I have it on a sprinkler drip system. However, when I find out how to add fertilizer into my drip line, oh, I'm going to be so simplified with the garden. But I don't mind the work either, because it's fun, it's relaxing, if you allow the garden to be that. I forgot what this is called, but it's a pest, and they're essentially going to eat this. I don't remember what this is, y'all. Do y'all remember? I don't remember too much of what it's called. I know I am getting some green beans when they're on the smaller side, just because I just want some green beans in general. I could wait a few more days and let them get a little tad bit bigger. Now, we may not have green beans to put away, but we shall see as this progresses. I know next year, this is what I'm going to do as well, but I'm thinking they're going to be in the green stalks, y'all. Those cosmos are absolutely beautiful. But like I told y'all, we are going to pull this plant. Now, originally, this is supposed to be all the way back here, but it's not. Before I pull it, I'm going to try to get these out of here. I'm about to open it and see if they have seeds on the inside. Usually they do. I'm thinking these are the seeds. I actually have an aphid problem on these cosmos. Oh, wow. I just put my hand in a whole thing full of aphids. Let me show you. You'll see that. So that's totally disgusting. Now I gotta figure out how I'm about to pull these plants without touching these aphids, because I really don't want to spread them anywhere. So I'm gonna lose some soil in the process. Ooh. And if you ever see an aphid problem, the ants brought it. That's what made me look at my hand from the get-go, because I saw an ant crawling on my hand. And I said, that looks familiar. And I said, and there's an ant? Oh, there got to be aphids. And indeed there was, y'all. Whoa, just gross. But we now have this section cleared. Over time, the rest of this will get cleared out. If you love Swiss chard and you want color in your garden, this is great, the tricolor Swiss chard. On top of that, grow these in the fall as well, and they give you a pop of color, because you know, usually in the fall time, a lot of your stuff is just green crops. Yeah, no. Put some Swiss chard in there, give you some color. Another thing I said I'll get to would be to sit here and weed this bed. And you all could really spend 20 minutes or less in the garden and still get a decent sized harvest of stuff. I got a watermelon hiding. Hello, Governor. Hello. How are you doing today, darling? Hello. I believe I've reached my 20-minute mark, so I will see y'all tomorrow, because this is simple gardening. I do put in a lot of work, but y'all, do it in time increments that's best for you, even if it's 5 minutes. I mean, sometimes I am out here for hours upon hours when I first started getting things going, but now that I have things set up the way I want them set up, I'm looking at 20 minutes a time I'm out here each time, unless I'm harvesting or planting things in the ground. Oh, y'all, before I go, listen. My camera is automatically adjusting to the settings. I gotta play with it to see if I can get it to keep my lighting bright. But y'all, we're gonna be making comfrey tea. I'm gonna do a whole video about it, but I'm about to go ahead and harvest it because I gotta go run to my mama's to get the bucket I need. But we're gonna do a video about it. So, see you tomorrow. Oh, it's another day in the garden. I put on a 10-minute timer to see how quickly we can get certain things harvested, because I do want to get some things harvested in the garden. The first thing is I do want to harvest some more sage. Some flies are in here doing the nasty, y'all. Oh, my plants doing the nasty. That's why it's important to wash your herbs. Wash everything you grow. So that's all the sage. Next, I want to get some parsley. If you're new here, this is my herb bed. We have about 5 plants of parsley and 5 plants of sage over here. The lavender has been pretty much harvested for the most part. I just jumped because I saw a spider in the lavender bush. It just scared me. This behind me is my loofah. It is back on my gate. Coming from a bed over here. So that's totally fine. I am actually probably creeped out enough to where I'm going to let that garden spider do what it do. Leave it alone. And we're going to move into a different area of the garden. We're actually not going to move too far. I'm going to go ahead and get some mint. And dry this out. Y'all got any ideas on where I could put my mint plant next year? I really want to put it in the ground because I want it to take over some of this grass that I have. While we're right here, I do see my watermelons are starting to come over, which is totally fine. But I do want to show y'all this cantaloupe I was telling y'all about. Didn't think it was going to make it because of the sun scald. It's already rotten from the inside out. So we're going to pull this off the plant so it doesn't take any more energy from it. But we are going to get this cantaloupe if it comes, never mind. I was going to say if it comes off. Let's see. It did. So we're going to go ahead and get this cantaloupe as well. Now, one thing I've noticed about my peppers, y'all, is that it's not that they're getting sun scald, is that they're being left on the plant too long before I harvest them again. So I'm going to try to come out here every day to make sure to harvest these Tabascos. Now I'm going to also look at the green beans. But y'all, let me tell you, when it comes to doing watermelon, if you do smaller varieties, I'm telling y'all I have 3, 6, 7 plants, but I've already seen about 15 plus watermelons. The smaller they are, well, not including the volunteer one, so that's 8. But you'll get a lot of watermelons with smaller watermelon varieties, even though last year I only did large ones. These are the Cantrice green beans. They're going to be 4 to 5 inches. I got them from Rare Seeds. So this is the perfect size. Hey y'all, so I did do a fall seed sowing video with you guys of what I was going to be planting. But I did get some recommendations and criticism, constructive criticism at that, on showing you guys what I'm actually going to be starting. And since my seeds did end up dying, not making it, I'm going to show you all how I set up my soil. I do use a Pro Mix soil. I ended up finding them. I think it's a Pro Mix MD. It's in a huge white bag or whatnot. And so this is the soil. And inside of here, I also have some vermiculite. So let's see if the camera will pick it up. There's some vermiculite in here. So that's what those little tones are. But let's go over the seeds we're actually going to be starting. Now, if you've already saw the video, I apologize. We just have a lot of new subscribers, and welcome to the family. Welcome to the channel, you guys. I very much appreciate you guys for supporting me. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into what we're planting. The first thing is, if you were here on the videos where I direct sowed my carrots, none of them survived. So we do have 2 seed packs. One I got from not Baker's Creek. One I got from Greenstock. And so that's the Scarlet Nantes carrot. And then I also have the Danvers half long. So we're going to dedicate a bed for these. Another thing I'm going to be starting is some Cylindra beets. There's no photo of this. I actually got these from, what is the name of the company? True Market. And their sustainableseeds.com is the website. And they just always did a lot of advertisements. So that's where I got those from. I got these from Botanical Interest, which are some turnips. They're a purple top white globe. Now, I am growing this for the leaves. If somebody happens to like turnips, they can have them, but I don't want them. I'm growing some Champion collards from M.I. Gardner. This is some romaine lettuce. Now, Bree is a gardener I watch. Love her so much. I believe she's in Kansas. She talks about the collard greens, broccoli. I unintentionally actually picked it up. So she says they grow really huge heads. So we're going to be growing that. Cauliflower I have not had success in, not 1 year. I've had more success. Actually, I'll take that back. I had success with yellow cauliflower, but not the white one. So we're trying the self-blanching. I did like these onions. They are a short day onion. It's not really recommended to grow in Kentucky, but since it's more in the fall time, I feel like the 10 to 12 hours will be better suited for it versus the 12 to 16 hours we would have going from spring to summer. So going into fall, hopefully they don't bolt, and we do good with these. Another thing I'm growing are some peas I just picked up. They're Little Marvel. I just like the peas. I want to have them for when I do like chicken pot pies, honestly. I'm the only one in the family that eat peas. I'm also doing this cabbage. This is the first time for me. It's the Fairies Round Dutch, but I've seen that a lot of people actually really enjoy this. So we'll see. It looks like it's a big head. I want to get into making coleslaws, sauerkrauts. Really love those. I'm growing some American spinach from M.I. Gardner. I'm also growing some scarlet kale. I'm doing some mammoth dill. I'm doing some mustard greens. I'm also going to do some red burgundy onions. And last but not least, we're going to do some beets because my mom wants beets. So I guess I'll try them pickled. But y'all, that is everything that I'm planting. It's kind of a little less than what I had originally said that I was going to plant, which is fine because these are the staple things. If not in this video, maybe next week, depending on what goes on in the garden for the rest of the week, we'll probably sit here and actually go through my seeds because going now into the 6th year of gardening, I want to keep things as simple as possible. I really enjoy being able to do the gardening the way I did this year, and moving forward, that's my main thing that I want to show you guys, is that gardening does not have to be complicated. Even though they say that, truly, y'all, gardening does not have to be complicated. I was told that when I started 5 years ago, and even with that, I still went overboard. I mean, but y'all, I'm telling you, simple. Only grow the things that your family eat. But next time y'all see me, we got 10 more minutes in the garden. And so, see y'all there. Good morning, my beautiful people. I thought we was going to come outside and listen to the bird. There's one on the sunflower. It's a yellow and black bird. I thought it sounded absolutely beautiful. But I guess kids must be walking by or something, because we are definitely getting dogs and everything in between. And we are on day 3 of me not knowing where my connector piece is for my mic. So we're probably just gonna end up buying another one by the end of the week. So I'm sorry for any background noise that you hear. My dog just scared me because he ran into the garden. But I'm coming out here today. I want to finish weeding the beds. Um, it's early in the morning. I'd rather get it done and over with now. Last night, I again fertilized the tomatoes, which may not have been smart, but I don't care. They're small and I need them to grow. Hurry up. So, let's go try to weed this pepper bed and get that out the way. And then I need to finish weeding that blackberry and strawberry bed. Y'all, before I get over there, I did go ahead and pull my Tigger melon bed. Now, if you have ever tried Tigger melons, please let me know, y'all. I really need to know, is it just me? Because I don't taste my taste buds too much, but my sister said the same thing. She said it had a starchy aftertaste. Y'all, these Tigger melons are freaking gorgeous. They're ideal because they're a melon and a pear type texture, but a melonly cantaloupe taste. And y'all, the fragrance, the aroma of a Tigger melon. If a company, Baker's Creek, make me a perfume of that, please. Please. When I tell you, my sister walked in and was like, what you got in your fridge? I smell it right as soon as I opened the door. I set one on the counter, and that's when I started smelling it. And I said, this will fill up your whole kitchen with this beautiful smell, y'all. They smell so good, y'all. They smell so good. But I think I did something wrong because they're not supposed to have a starchy aftertaste. I don't know. I don't know. But I know I got 2 more in the garden, even though I pulled the plants. One was partially ripening, so I know it'll be done soon so that I can sit here and actually enjoy it. Cause I'm gonna keep trying. But good thing is, I'm rambling to y'all, I know. But good thing is, Baker's Creek did a video about that on the Book of the Face, right? And I commented on there, and they was like, well, share some photos with me. So I did. I didn't share my video, though, because I'm like, I don't know why it tastes like this. But I'm probably going to send it to them and see if I did something wrong. Because I asked them that in the comments section. I was like, I tagged y'all in some stuff, mentioned it on my YouTube. But did I do something wrong? Because you too cute. You smell too good to taste so wonderful. But then got a starchy aftertaste. I don't know, y'all. But I guess y'all about to see me sitting here weeding this dang on garden. That's the things that I don't like to do in the garden. It's too early and I don't want to. This is the grass I can't stand. This is the one that all you got to do is have it lay down and there's more roots to be developed. Just can't stand it. How that bed look? Look good. Y'all, I do want to show y'all one of my little gardening friends because every year they come, but not often do we see them. And they've had to move around a lot this year versus last year because where I had my tomatoes in this back garden bed, all the way in the back, you know, right in front of those little water reservoir, and that bed is where I had the tomatoes. And at that time, they was able to make home with the tomatoes. So I had other people harvesting them instead of me. But this year, I see they over here by my lavender and my parsley. And I noticed it yesterday in a clip. So we're going to see if y'all ended up seeing me jump. Because I mentioned why I jumped yesterday. Do you see her? Now listen, she's absolutely beautiful. She's going to be beautiful staying right there too, okay? I ain't touching her. Get from over there. Last year, my dog had a habit of knocking down spider webs. So we not doing that this year. I done told him to move. Because, yeah, he keep trying to run through these sweet potato leaves too. Hey y'all, so we are in the kitchen today. If you haven't seen the video, I'm making chicken noodle soup. The chicken video of me breaking down the chicken, I have a video on my channel if you don't know how to do such. On top of that, last year I grew celery like I am this year. So I'm going to pull some of that out of the freezer. Also, if you haven't seen me harvest my carrots, this is just a few of them. This is the whole bag of them, so we did get a gallon size of them. I'm going to just put a paper towel in here. They've been storing very well in the fridge already. Since I've harvested them, I did see they got a little bit of liquid in them, so I pour it out when I see it, but that's why I'm going to put paper towels in here. And these should be good to store in your fridge until up to a year. I've seen a lot of people do that, but I'm going to go ahead and get these shredded. Put this chicken noodle soup together from all the extras of the chicken noodle soup. If you're not aware, that's how I make my chicken broth. If I don't have a video on it and you want to see me make my chicken broth, I'll be more than happy to do that because I still have spare parts from other chickens I've broken down. I just put those in the freezer. It's just I haven't made any recently because I'm really sort of out of jars, so I got to go buy some more. But this is going to be a time lapse real quick of me getting all of this stuff squared away for the chicken noodle soup. Yeah. So a lot of people have compost bowls, and I just have a compost bucket from one of the fruit trees that came in here. And I just put things in here that I know I'm going to put in my rollable composters. Now, someone did ask, I believe it was T, she asked if you're able to dehydrate stuff in your air fryer. And so I did do some research. It does show you can. Your lowest setting should be 135, which is actually lower than an oven because usually ovens only go to 170 degrees. I don't have a dehydrator, so I purchased one last year and ended up returning it because I was like, I can continue to dehydrate in my oven. So that's what I'm going to do. I am just going to get these done. And then, yeah, the rest of everything else will be on a time lapse. Since we are outside, I am going to go ahead and look around the garden and see if anything needs to be harvested. From what I can tell so far, I do see that I lost the tomato plant, which is totally fine. I am going to harvest some of these butterfly blue peas, and we're also looking for melons just to make sure we don't miss any. Coming to check this baby because she's getting pretty big and she's a yellow baby doll. So this is her tendril. She's not exactly dry yet, so we're going to let her keep growing. There's another one. Here's one. There's a cantaloupe. Here's another watermelon. Here's a Tigger melon that looks way more ready than anything. And you know we pulled this the other day, so this feels ready. We happen to have the sugar baby here. And two more right here. We also have another one here. And then we have one here. We have another one here. So I came out not looking for much. For our hibiscus roselle, I'm not seeing them form any chrysalis yet. I'm hoping we get some, but it has been getting cold at night. So what I am going to do is go ahead and actually pull up my pepper plants, because once it starts getting in the 50s at night, they start to stunt in growth. Peppers are truly a heat-loving plant versus like my tomatoes and stuff. They'll still grow for me here. The plants don't have any flowers on it. I'm pulling them. So these are the plants I'm going to keep. They're producing new flowers. Another thing I'm going to do is I am going to come out and put carrot seeds out here, because I did not get any to come up in my area with my corn. I'm probably going to put more soil in here too first, and then put the carrot seeds in here. Another sweet thing is we have another watermelon. You see the baby? We'll have one here. Look at how big it's growing. We have one here. Look at how big the sunflowers have already gotten. Say they're pretty prolific. These are what I harvested. Alright y'all, well that's the video. Thank you for spending the week with me in my garden. I am going to go ahead and start to pull a lot of these extra vines from the tiger melons out. And of course, see you next week. God bless. Bye.